Yeah, either. This is my new black MacBook. Well, new to me at least. It's a refurbished machine that I got a couple days ago. Figured I would do a review of it. Done a number of other electronics reviews on YouTube that have been pretty well received, so I figured I'd do this as well. I am not going to be going over the OS X software, the software that comes with these machines. So if you want to know more about that, if you're not familiar with it, watch my other videos. They were done a while back. I do know a lot more, but I still feel like they're pretty good beginner videos on OS X. So we will get going with this thing. First thing that you're going to notice, every single rumor that you have heard about fingerprints showing up on this matte finish, which is pretty slick looking by the way, they're absolutely true. This thing is never ever going to be pristine clean unless you wipe it down every single time you use it. If it's something that annoys you, get the white one. They're just always going to show up. And again, it's something that you just wipe down and they're gone. Just take a damn cloth to it and that's it. But they will come back. I just washed my hands not too long ago and you can see even now it's showing up. So go over here and I will say right off the bat, I had a real hard time deciding between this and the MacBook Pro. And I actually got this, it was a refurbished machine, and I've been hemming and hawing for months over whether or not I wanted to spend the extra money on the Pro, and it was a no-brainer when I found this. I actually found it on a website, a third-party vendor, refurbished machine, and they had it tagged, it's a Core 2 Duo, 2.0 gigahertz, and they had it tagged as a regular Core Duo, so I looked at the specs on it, and I said, that doesn't sound right, and I checked the serial number up against the Apple website, and I said, yeah, that's a Core 2, and they had it for dirt cheap, even for regular Core Duo price, so I snagged this up before anyone else realized that, and pretty happy that I did. So was wondering whether or not I had a buyer's remorse just for picking this thing up because I got a great price on it and not waiting up for a MacBook Pro and saving up the extra money, so I'll lend my opinion about that. But take a look over here. We have the MagSafe adapter over here. If you're not familiar with this, it's magnetic, so if you're walking along and you trip over your laptop power cord over here, the laptop itself doesn't come flying to the ground as well. It comes right out. But something to note of this, if you carry this thing around in your bag without a sleeve, I don't know, people have weird stuff in their bags. I've heard stories about, because this is a magnetic system, about little metal shavings and stuff getting stuck in here and shorting the power cord out. Just something to be aware of. Make sure that this thing stays clean, or you're going to have issues with it probably at some point in time. The rumors you've heard about these things catching on fire or whatever, that's where that comes from. Keep it clean and it'll be fine. Gigabit Ethernet, mini DVI out for external monitor connection. We have a FireWire 400, 2 USB 2.0 ports. We have audio and video in, audio out over here. So in typical Mac fashion, we're pretty stingy with the ports. I wish it had more. FireWire 800 would be nice, which you get on the MacBook Pro, you do not get on this machine. A couple more USB ports, that'd be nice. You get an additional one with the MacBook Pro. Again, only 2 on this machine. In addition, we don't have the card slot over here. I probably wouldn't use that anyways. Might be good to have around though. So, with the Pro, obviously you don't have the fingerprint issue. With the white, you don't have the fingerprint issue. It's exclusive to the black model. So, you don't want to be eating your KFC value menu dinner with this thing. In addition, we do not have the option of a screen with a matte finish. The MacBooks only come with a glossy finish. I'll boot this thing up. So, you'll probably see my reflection in it a couple times. I'm sure you're going to be looking at it like, oh, maybe I can see what it looks like. The matte finish would have been nice to have that option. I think might help with glare. I have not had a glare issue with it as far as inside use goes. I also have not been using it outside in direct sunlight, so I'm sure I'll find out at some point in time how bad or not bad that is. And we are booted up really fast, very fast. So note about that, the performance between this and the MacBook Pro, for everyday stuff, it's negligible. You're really, if you're doing processor intensive applications and stuff that's pretty intensive for the computer to take on, yeah, you're going to notice a difference. The Pro's a better machine, it's a quicker machine, but for everyday use, something that cracks me up is I see people with these videos on YouTube, and I see people walking around with these $2,000, $2,400 Pro Series Mac laptops, and they're using them to check their email and go on AOL Instant Messenger and listen to music on iTunes. Do you need a $2,000, $2,400 computer to do that stuff? No, you do not. More power to you if you have the extra money kicking around and you want to spend it on that machine. But if you've been kind of wondering whether or not the price is justified, like I was, that's kind of one of the points that I'm here to dwell on a little bit. I chose this, and no buyer's remorse so far. I am pretty happy with it. The performance is more than adequate. It is a little bit inferior in a couple different aspects from the MacBook Pro. You also pay a whole lot less, so I'm happy that I took that extra money and I was able to go spend it elsewhere. But, you know, smaller screen, which on the plus side, it's a little bit more portable. On the negative aspect, it's a little bit smaller. It's a laptop. It's sitting right in front of you. It's not a huge screen, but it's definitely more than adequate. If you're going to be using it at home, I really haven't had an issue where I'm looking at the thing and I'm like, oh, I wish the screen was bigger. I came from a 17-inch Dell monitor with my Mini, so it wasn't a huge monitor by any means, but that was one of my concerns about this, and I don't have a problem with the screen. I have friends that have 15-inch Pros, and the screen isn't all that much bigger. It's a little bit bigger. It'd be nice to have a 15-inch MacBook option, but I'm fine with the 13. Another concern I had was the keyboard. Didn't dig it at first at all. These little chiclet keys that are raised. Now I actually like it. After spending a couple days with the thing, I really dig it. I think I actually like it more than the MacBook Pro keyboard. I'm not sure yet. Negative aspect about this, because they are raised and not recessed. You're going to get food in here if you eat over this thing. Watch out for that. I mean, you can clean it out with the duster, but don't get it in there in the first place. Crumbs will get into these little recessed areas pretty easily. So, what else? Trackpad. Pretty big. Pretty easy to use. We got the scrolling feature. 2 fingers on there. You can scroll back and forth, up and down, whatever you want to do. Open up some applications over here. Pretty cool. Right click. 2 fingers on it and tap. We can also set this so that when you tap, that's a click. That's a right click. Works pretty well. Speakers. They sound a little thin. They're not fantastic by any means. It's a laptop. You're not going to get a booming onboard system. Enough said. The MacBook Pro, in comparison, does have better sounding speakers internally. They just plain sound better. If you listen to them side by side, it's very apparent. This thing, they're not terrible, but you know, they don't sound great by any means. Open up a sound file for you. Fast forward a little bit. They sound pretty good when I'm listening to it at full volume, but that's full volume. We're well, one notch from full volume. So other than that, a little bit thin. They're not bad though. A little bit of a nitpicky thing over here. This edge, it's a little bit sharper than I care for. Your arm kind of catches on your arm a little bit when you're typing. Whether or not it's going to be something I get used to or something that annoys me a little bit more as time goes on, I'm not sure yet. So what it is a nice compact laptop that you're not going to have issues if you're on a plane with it or on a bus or something, or in a car with it. You're not having enough room to open the thing up or whatever. It's nice and compact. It's nice and small, and it's definitely got enough power to do everyday stuff. And then even I've done some video rendering on it. I've done audio conversions and stuff like that, and it is definitely a lot faster than the previous generation computers, especially the G4s. My Mini was more than adequate for an everyday use computer, and this is just it's a pretty powerful laptop. And this isn't even, they have 2.16s now. This is the 2.0 gigahertz. So for the money, I mean, I've already maxed the RAM out. I got a great deal on the system, and then I'm putting it's on its way here now, a 200 gigabyte, 7200 RPM Hitachi drive. With the amount of money that I spent for all that stuff, for the machine, the drive, and the RAM, I still came in a little bit over $500 cheaper than a refurbished MacBook Pro base model from Apple. So I'm happy with it. I don't have any remorse about buying this machine. I'm actually kind of glad that I didn't spend the extra money on the Pro. It would be nice if they came out with a version that had some more expandability, some more USB ports, maybe a 15-inch MacBook version. I don't know. It's probably just a matter of time until they come out with something like that. But the 13-inch screen, I'm okay with it. I thought I would be kind of upset that it wasn't a little bit bigger, but I'm okay with it. It'd be nice to have it matte as opposed to glossy, but pretty happy with the laptop. So overall, not a bad machine at all. I definitely recommend it. And if you're thinking about the Pro, watch some videos on that, see whether or not it's something you want to spend the extra money on. It's a great machine. It's a better machine than this, but it's also a good deal more money. So as usual, send me any comments or messages. Let me know if you want to see anything, and again, Thank you very much for watching.